Can Raila Amolo Odinga, the ODM party leader, and the deputy president William Samoei Ruto work together again ahead of 2022 general election? That's the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. So today I want us to look at the possibility of these guys working together and the factors which are going to determine whether these two gentlemen can work together or not. And after the end of this video, I'm going to give my verdict. But before we do that, if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you get notified. Now back to the main issue. Can Raila Amolo Odinga and the deputy president William Samoei Ruto work together again? That question is being asked within the political circles in this country. And we all remember that Oscar Sudi and Raila Amolo Odinga met at some restaurant in Nairobi this week. And that meeting has actually elicited a lot of reactions from Kenyans. And because we all know that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned and well executed. According to Raila handlers, that meeting was not planned. Oscar Sudi bumped onto Raila Amolo Odinga, assuming that's the truth. But what is the implications? Because we also remember that just recently, the deputy president William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga met at the residence of Raphael Tuju. And again, that meeting elicited a lot of reaction. But from what I can conclude is that that meeting at Raphael Tuju's house was actually not planned, because after that meeting, Tuju has escalated his activities against the deputy president. But because we know in politics, everything is possible, and there are no permanent enemies in politics. Can these two gentlemen work together? Because in politics, the only constant thing is normally the interest. Can these two gentlemen work together? In my view, they can work together, but there are a lot of factors which are going to determine whether these two gentlemen can work together or not. The first factor, in my view, is what I can call the Kikuyu Votes or factor, or Kikuyu factor. The question which I want to ask you, do you think the deputy president William Samoei Ruto can sacrifice the Kikuyu voting bloc for the sake of working with Raila Amolo Odinga? Can he do that? Because we all know that from 2013 and immediately after the last general election, William Samoei Ruto has invested heavily in Kikuyu Votes. And as we speak now, the person who controls the central Kenya votes today, if elections were to be held today, is the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. But we also know, just like Mutai Ngunyi opined, that those are rented votes. But can the DP sacrifice them? I'm talking of sacrificing them because there's no love. I mean, you can't tell me that the people of central Kenya love the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. That one you cannot convince me. But they are supporting him because of one thing, because of one man, Raila Amolo Odinga. The hate towards Raila Odinga from central Kenya is something out of this world. And it's understandable because that's something which was instilled in them for the last 15 years. So they really hate Raila Amolo Odinga. And because they hate Raila Amolo Odinga, they're now supporting the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. And the moment the DP will make the move of working with Raila Amolo Odinga, I am 100% sure that's the moment 70% of those people will run away from him. Apart from those Kikuyus who are currently supporting Raila Odinga. Those ones might rebel. But those who are supporting the DP because of hate for Raila Odinga, The moment he will try to work with Raila Odinga, that will be the end of that support. But the question is, can the DP sacrifice that Kikuyu support for Raila Odinga? I don't think so. I don't think the DP can make that big sacrifice. Because in politics, you can only be strong if you have a base. And the DP's base today is the Kalenjin vote and the Kikuyu votes. So he can't sacrifice the Kikuyu votes. So unless he can decide, because the other thing is a combination of Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto will hand over the presidency very early in the morning. But can the DP agree to sacrifice that Kikuyu vote? That's a factor which is going to play a key role in whether Raila Odinga and the DP can work together. So that's number one. Number two, the second factor is the flag bearer. If the DP is going to enter into an alliance with Raila Odinga, who is going to be the presidential candidate? The deputy president, for example, has not contested for the presidency of this Republic of Kenya. He's currently the deputy president, but he has never contested. Raila Odinga has contested for the presidency of this country severally. And considering age, this is the only last chance for Raila Odinga. If Raila Odinga will not contest for the presidency in 2022, I'm not sure whether he will again contest in 2027. Age will not be on his side. So this is the last chance for him if he has to contest. But he can decide to support someone else. But now, between him and the DP, who can agree to sacrifice his bid? Who can agree? Because we also know that Raila Odinga believes that he didn't become the president of the Republic of Kenya in 2013 because the deputy president left. He believes so. And the deputy president also believes that he made Raila Odinga the prime minister of the Republic of Kenya. So therefore, Raila Odinga should actually sacrifice for him. Raila Odinga also believes that it's the DP who should actually sacrifice for him because of even considering the age. So will any of them agree to sacrifice for the other? I want you to answer that. So that's something which is going to play out. Number three, the third thing is the supporters. The supporters of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the supporters of the deputy president William Samoei Ruto, and the supporters of Raila Odinga. The fact of the matter is Raila Odinga has a solid support base. He can easily tell them to Roke Lake Victoria, most of them will go. The deputy president has support, and those support are yet to be converted into followers. And that's why it will be difficult for him to convince the Kikuyus to support Raila Odinga if he has to go that route. But these supporters, I'm talking of the key allies. I want to talk, for example, do you think someone like Moses Kuria can agree to any proposal that William Ruto supports Raila Odinga? Or do you think the key allies of the DP, the hardliners around him, can agree that the DP supports Raila Odinga? Do you think they can do that? Now back to Raila Odinga. Do you think Raila Odinga's key allies can agree that Raila Odinga is not going to run for the presidency, but then support the deputy president? I'm talking of key allies. People like Ndugu Francis Atwoli. Can it happen? Do you think Junet Mohammed, for example, can just agree that Raila Odinga is going to enter into an agreement to forfeit his presidential bid for the DP? Is it going to be possible? It's not going to be possible. So the pressure from the supporters of these guys will determine whether these guys can work together or not. And let's play a bit of politics. If the DP will agree to support Raila Odinga, it would mean the president will be on the other side. Then what will it mean? It will mean, therefore, that it will even be possible for President Uhuru Kenyatta now to support Gideon Moi. And if the DP will not be on the ballot, then Gideon Moi will easily take the votes from Rift Valley. And after taking the votes from Rift Valley, it will be possible for now Uhuru Kenyatta to go and consolidate Central Kenya. Because the problem with Central Kenya is not Uhuru Kenyatta. The problem with Central Kenya is Raila Odinga. That's why when Ndindi Nyoro was speaking yesterday, was attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta, he mentioned Raila Odinga 100 times, but President Uhuru Kenyatta only 4 times. So it means the president can now advance the candidature of Gideon Moi, consolidate Rift Valley, and again maybe bring up now people like Wetangula, people like Musalia Mudavadi, people like Kalonzo Musyoka, and that alliance can actually take this country by a storm if supported by the system. So I don't see that working as at now. Number 4 is the system. Do you think the system, when I talk of the system, you know what I'm talking about? Can the system or the deep state agree to hand over the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in the hands of President Raila Odinga and the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, or President William Samoei Ruto and Deputy President Raila Odinga? Do you think the system can do that? The system would want these 2 individuals to be at different, at variance at any given point. So the system will work so hard to ensure that there's no way Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to work together. It's not going to be possible. So the system, again, can only embrace one of them at the same time. Because all these 2 individuals are very aggressive. These 2 individuals, in my view, can do whatever they want. They can try and bring changes which they want. But the system, if Raila is in the president, Ruto is the deputy, they can bring changes. They can destroy the system. And because of that threat, the system, I'm sure, cannot allow that to happen. Number 5, the 5th reason in my view, is business interest. Business interest. Ruto has been in government, and we all know how he managed to conduct business in this country. Raila Odinga has been in government, and we know he's also in business. But there are people who control these businesses. They're the people who will fund these campaigns. They can't allow these 2 individuals to work together because of those business interests. And lastly, is what I can call the past betrayals. Ruto believes strongly that Raila Odinga betrayed him. Raila Odinga believes strongly that the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto betrayed him. Can they work together? Still, they cannot trust each other. So trust between these 2 individuals was lost. And it's lost completely. Look at the way the DP has been attacked by the allies of Raila Odinga. Or even the way the DP has been attacking Raila Odinga. Even if they'll agree to work together and laugh, it will be because of convenience. They'll not trust each other. Now, if you talk of the DP and his allies, the way they've been attacking Raila Odinga, or allies of Raila Odinga, the way they've been doing it, I think and I believe that it will be impossible for these guys to work together. But again, in politics, everything is possible. These 2 gentlemen can work together. They can work together because, number 1, they've worked together before. Raila and Ruto have worked together before. And were it not for the system which entered between them and separated them, Raila would be completing his term today, or would have completed his term, and the deputy president would probably be the president of the Republic of Kenya today, or in 2013. That would be a foregone conclusion. Number 2, they have the numbers. If the DP can agree to sacrifice the Kikuyu votes, which I don't think he is willing to do that. Because of course, if he has 70% of the Kikuyus today, then 50% will go. He will remain with 20%. Raila Odinga has his support there. So they only need that 20% and add to the rest of this republic. And then they'll be home and they'll be dry. And the other factor which can make them work together is that if they work together, at least the country, the campaigns would not be bitterly contested than if Raila will be on the ballot and if Ruto will be on the ballot. So I want to ask you a question. Based on these factors I've explained and based on your own considerations, do you think Raila Odinga and William Ruto can work together in 2022? I want to hear your opinion on that matter. Because from me, I think they can work together, but not in 2022. In 2022, the stakes are just so high for William Samoei Ruto, and the stakes are also so high for Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga would rather support someone else in 2022, but not William Samoei Ruto. And I'm sure the deputy president would rather lose the presidential seat on the ballot, but not because he's supporting or is going to support Raila Odinga. So these two gentlemen can work together, but not for the purposes of 2022. That's my thought. And if you are bumping again on this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Thank you. And once more, continue visiting www.vuguvugu.com. www.vuguvugu.com. Thank you guys. That's our new website. It's up already and the feedback is not very bad. So from next week, it's going to be completely a different ball game. It will be your number one stop for any news in this country, especially political news. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.